groundhog.
You know, I know what. The albino squirrels. No, there really are.
There are.
I've seen them.
I've seen them.
All right. Well, we are now live. We have missed a minute or two of this.
Were we not live?
But we are live.
We weren't live a while ago. We missed some great stuff.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, so let's get ready to rumble right here. I got the guys right here. I got my glove. I am going to be separating them if they get too far into this today. There's a lot of testosterone here this afternoon.
That's right.
And we want to see who's going to win.
Hey, girls can box too. This is
yes.
UFC fighting, boxing. Yeah, it doesn't have to be all testosterone.
Well, I mean,
fueled.
I'm talking about you two with the testosterone. I hope you
It
guys
is.
got some testosterone.
The testosterone is strong on this side of the table. Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. Let's
Wow.
check it out. Robbie, how's your testosterone today?
Hey, I'm wearing the varsity squad. He wears that JV squad.
I might not. Mine is so off the charts. I might not even be eligible to fight today.
I mean, if I'm thinking, no,
The
I'm not even
Olympic
going to
Committee-
touch that. I'm not even going to touch that.
The Olympic Doping Committee would not allow me to proceed.
Do we need to test?
We might.
All right. Hey, we're supposed to be talking about raising food.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
food
Focus.
And who are we raising it for?
We are raising it for Greenwood United Ministries, Food Bank of Greenwood, and the Greenwood Soup Kitchen. And it is a worthy cause. I don't know what we heard earlier, so I'm going to repeat myself.
Just repeat it.
I'm going to repeat myself. We want to raise in excess of 25,000 pounds. Last year we got 24,319, so we were just
How was the
little
breakout,
short.
though, on this?
Well, Brandon doesn't want me to say this live, but I will.
Facts are the facts.
21,601 for the county and 2,718 for the city. So
The city is under pressure this year. Then
There
you
are.
are really under pressure.
We are the consummate underdogs, and we like being the underdogs. I mean, the city is minuscule in relation to the resources that the county can pull in. So we love where we sit as the underdogs.
So you've got some secret that you're going to be pulling out of the hat here this year.
What he won't tell you is the city crushed the county a couple of years ago. Embarrassed us. So we had to kind of get off the mat. We obviously did that last year, but I think our videos helped. I think we did some things in the county to get the county employees excited about participating.
Why did you pay them?
We didn't pay them. But what we did do
Give
is
them a day off.
A fee in lieu.
What we did do, Ann, is we if for every 10 pounds of food they bring in, they went into a drawing. And it would be an extra PTO day. So
yes, they paid
them. Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we're getting we get a lot of participation from them. Sheriff's office has bought in. The fire departments have bought in. There's so many groups that helped us last year, and I'm hoping they'll do the same. I mean, Hodges Cokesbury Fire Department with Tammy Baber, who's awesome. They'll be at KJ's on Valentine's Day, so we need the folks to show us some love and donate a lot of money and food or just buy food. Don't donate money. Buy lots of heavy food, as Edith would say. Make it heavy.
Right.
They'll be there from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at KJ's Market. So when you're going to get your flowers and your sweets for your sweetie, grab some food for the folks. Grab some food from the needy. I like that.
Oh, wow. Did you just rhyme?
Did you see that?
Yeah.
It just came right out. When you're there to get
being in the presence of greatness.
He's a rapper.
It's just rubbing off. It's just rubbing off. When you're gonna get flowers and sweets for your sweetie, buy some food for the needy.
There you go.
That's a good one. That is a good one, Robbie.
Well, speaking of, in preparation, if you are last minute on Valentine's Day, by all means do that. But the rest of the world who thinks ahead about their loved ones many days ahead, tomorrow I will be with the Greenwood Police Department on the food line on the south end of town from 2 to 4.
Sweet.
So we invite you to come out. And at Publix next week, I want to say the 19th, from 2 to 4 as well.
Now, you have extended the time, because wasn't it supposed to end on the 19th?
We extended it to the 25th, and you were 100% correct. We did that because of the two weather weekends. Yes, ma'am.
So you've got an extra week in there. So Publix is going to let you be out there, huh?
That's right. They let us. They love us out there. It helps their bottom line, of course, and you get handsome and lovely ladies out in front.
Maybe you could be carrying groceries out or something like that.
Oh, what an idea! What an idea!
And
yes,
great idea.
Maybe
it's election year.
Maybe we should both be in there, and then I'll carry groceries for the county, and you can carry groceries for the city.
Well, look, I can't stop you from joining us tomorrow between 2 and 4 if you would like to.
It is going to be for the city.
That's right. That's right.
I'm giving him a hard time. But look, hey, we give each other a hard time. We've done a lot of videos. We've had some fun.
Where's the belt? I didn't see the belt today.
I didn't bring it. I should have. He actually let me stick a pie in his face a couple of weeks ago.
It was Drew at the Dixie.
At the Dixie.
Yeah.
But
a whole pie.
Oh well, it was
whipped cream pie.
Yeah.
Whipped cream pie.
Yeah.
But
we made sure we cleaned up that clean Dixie too.
And it was very nice of the Dixie to agree to be a drop-off spot as well.
That's right, for the city.
No, she said for both. She was putting out a box for the county and a box for the city.
I need to go by there.
Because
Maybe
she
I'll
said,
stop in there this evening.
Brandon said, well, you're in the city.
Right.
And she said, but the city is in the county, so I'm going to put out a box of both.
Robbie said that. No, that was not out of Gigi loves the city.
You know what the problem is? As a merchant or a restaurant, you can't afford to piss either one of you off.
Also true. Also true. But, we've got so many people that have jumped in that have said that they will, be drop-off locations. I mean, obviously the Greenwood County Library, Park Plaza, Public Works, Airport Annex, Courthouse Foyer, multiple fire stations, Uptown Family Practice, the Village Family Practice, Pendleton Family Practice, Carolina Community Pharmacy, Carolina Community Pharmacy in the Village.
Are those all the county?
Those are all county. The city's got their own list. And let me finish.
Brandon, come on, give him a
we don't need all these.
Hey,
we just need
Dixie,
some centralized locations.
The Dixie and one more, the Body Shed. So there you go.
And our 3 fire stations, Fire Station 1, 2, and 3, and City Hall, all conveniently located.
Look at the look on Robbie's face. He is not impressed. Look, he's throwing you shade.
We don't need all these fancy multiple drop-off locations.
Well, the biggest thing, Brandon,
simple.
The biggest thing, Brandon, is I've told everybody every chance I get, if you can't get to one of these locations, call me and I'll come pick it up.
Oh.
Okay, what's your telephone number? Here's your opportunity, Robbie.
I think everybody in Greenwood's got my telephone number, but if they don't, it's 864-980-8688, and I will come pick it up.
Wow. Are you trying to win votes here?
I'm just trying to win this competition.
All right.
I'm trying to win this competition.
My phone number is on our website. So, 864-554-4535, and I have teenage drivers that are available to come pick it up.
Well, what about the mayor's council? What's the mayor's council doing
that is my trump card that we're going to play.
Your trump card?
Yeah. Trump card, the mayor's council.
That's in my back pocket, so hopefully we'll be able to raise some. Mayor's Youth Council may be out there with me tomorrow and the 19th, and then we have our meeting on the 21st, and look forward to them bringing more than the 2 cans that they brought to our February meeting.
Hey, look, we give each other a hard time, but at the end of the day, it's really just about taking care of these 3 agencies.
Absolutely.
But we do have a lot of fun with it, and B's been a real good sport. And
well, this year he's winning.
So far, yeah. This year the tide is going to turn, and if Welborn at some point dropped off an entire truckload, then I'm going to have to at least match that.
That was I remember that. That was a big year. They brought. I think the county thought that they had won it.
We had a bunch of food that year, but that truck came in with all those boxes. We couldn't even. Matter of fact, they had to figure out kind of how many boxes up and how many boxes across, and then weigh one box, and then so we're not even sure that was an accurate number, but it was as close as we could get. It was a lot of food.
You weigh the truck empty, and then you weigh it full.
It was a lot of food.
Yeah,
it was a lot of food.
It was.
But
we got to give kudos to Edith Childs for starting that years ago, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't. I'll be honest. I don't know the history. So Edith
Robbie,
started this.
Tell us a little history.
Edith started that years ago, and she did a phenomenal job. in the community, drumming up support. She always told everybody to weigh it heavy, and she was trying to increase it every year. And then we're sitting in council one night, and she says, "I'm retiring from the food drive," and she looked at me and she said, "And I think you should take it over." And I'm like, "I don't think I have any choice."
That's
Miss Edith spoke, and I said,
"That's right."
Okay.
That's usually what happened when she spoke. Yeah.
But she did such a phenomenal job. She was so well respected in the community. She did so many things. She's known for her hat. I'm known for sunglasses. Hey, it's we're close. It's close. It's close.
Could be a hat.
It could be a hat. I could grab a couple of these over here.
Yeah, look at there.
Good. All right. So now, in all seriousness, how can the public help here?
Well, the public can help by, and again, I want them to help the county, but they can help the city. What the public can do is just go to and buy some of the items. There's a on the thing online. There's
Facebook.
We put it on Facebook. It's been everywhere, but there's a QR code.
City website, county website.
Yeah, there's a QR code they can scan to show what type of items they're looking for, and we just need them to between now and the 25th. Go buy to help support this worthwhile.
Find a deal, buy more.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
If it's buy one get one free, or everything's $1, fill up your buggy.
Yeah.
Like I said, well, that's what we need you to do, and then we need you to get it to one of the drop off locations. Or Brandon's already said, if you want to help the city, he'll make sure he can come get it. If you want to help the county, I'll make sure I can come get it, and then we'll get it to the farmers market at the GCRC for weigh-in on the 25th.
On the 25th. Now,
always a fun event.
yes,
To the weigh-in.
big event to watch whichever side sweat. Right.
Right.
Exactly. You never know until you never really know until right at the end. So
There's always high drama at this event.
High drama.
Yeah.
I think, though, and the reason that we do this in January rather than at Christmas or something is because food pantries get low this time of the year.
Absolutely, Ann. You're 100% correct. And I'm sure with the colder weather, that did not help those in need.
Yeah, I was with Andrea White just a week or two ago, and now is the time that they're looking to stock up because they are running low.
And I'll tell you the other thing that's happened since they've cut back on the SNAP benefits, meaning there's a work component now, or be in school or do volunteer work. Since they've started that, a lot of people that were on the SNAP benefits are going to be cut back or cut off from. So that's going to make a difference too. And I just did an article this morning about how much pressure it's going to put on food banks.
Yes, ma'am. We are, like I said, we want this to be the biggest food drive ever. For that reason, so we can take care of those folks in need. The school district actually did a big drive right before they got out of school in December. So and last year they were really big for the county. I don't know how much participation we'll get, but I know that some of our SROs are working really hard to try to kind of do it again to help this cause, and I hope they came in big last year, and I feel sure that
I think
they can do it.
do some of those. Remember when they had the ice challenge and this type of thing? They were throwing a bucket of ice on somebody that raised some ice. So whichever school, they do something like that to incentivize the kids to make sure whoever gets a bucket of ice on them or a pie in the face or
not a bad idea.
Fun.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of ways to make it fun, isn't there, Robbie?
100%. And that's, Brandon and I, when we do these videos, I know a lot of people think they're silly, but that's kind of what we're going for. We want people to like them. And none of it's scripted, believe it or not.
You wouldn't believe that, right?
Right.
I mean, we sound like we've rehearsed everything.
I mean, none of it's scripted. We just kind of roll with it. And Brandon is such a good dude to work with, and I hope he feels the same way about me.
Absolutely. I've had Robbie worked with Welbert and Floyd that came before me, and I'm just trying to keep that momentum going. But we from a council standpoint, we have a lot of successes that we can share with each other, and grateful to be able to with them.
So, would you like to share any tips now, Robbie, for Brandon, so the city can at least get maybe close?
Yeah,
to
how do
what
we get what y'all raised last year? I mean, these numbers are
staggering.
Yeah,
Well,
they look real.
Well, last year, like I said, we got so much buy-in from the schools in District 50.
And your employees, you got a big buy-in there. Now, Brandon, there's something you can work on.
And, we got 400 employees who've been very supportive of this cause. Our fire departments have showed up big. EMS showed up big last year. We had to fill the ambulance deal. There's so many different things that we did to try to raise awareness. And got it out on social media. Again, I feel like we don't have the same momentum this year that we had last year. I don't know if that's weather related or not, but I mean, because I know our employees have been doing their part, so they've been excited about it, and I know that the fire departments are doing their part because Tammy Baber, man, she is a absolute rock star.
She's a driver.
Yeah, and Josh Hood with the SROs, he's doing everything he can to try to get the same amount of support we had from last year. But the biggest thing is just help getting people to understand that there's a need, and a lot of us have the ability to help, and we need to do so.
Absolutely.
There is the need there.
Now, what was that little phrase you came up with? Have you forgotten it?
Yeah,
if you're buying flowers and candy for your sweetie, pick up some food for the needy.
There you go. All right, you got it. Don't forget it now because it's a good one. It's a good one. Well, Brandon, would you like to throw some shade on Robbie here now? I mean, you have been you've been holding back.
Well, it's really hard to talk too much when you got beat as bad as we did last year. But all I can say is I love the underdog position. We love being in the seat that we're in, and we're going to shock the world. Cassius Clay, you're wearing a boxing glove right now.
Right.
If you recall, nobody expected him to beat Sonny Liston, and the rest is history. And here we are in 2026. So underestimate us. I dare you.
Dance like a butterfly. Dance like a butterfly. Sting like a bee.
Yeah, we're not underestimating.
Mayor Bee. Ha ha.
Cut me,
Mayor. Yeah, we're not underestimating. We're not underestimating you. I promise.
We want you to. Please,
no, we're not going to do that.
Please.
We respect our competition.
That's right. There you go.
So we're not
likewise.
Wait a minute. Said by one that's in the catbird seat.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So you never know what actually can happen on weigh-in day. So I'll just throw that out there.
Well, B,
are you going to cover this, Ann?
I think I should.
I think you should too.
I should. Yes,
right.
I'll come with my glove. Yes,
there you go.
Okay, yes.
Please.
I don't. I'm a Rocky fan, so and Rocky was the ultimate underdog, right?
That's right.
But to steal a line from Rocky 3 with Clubber Lang, we got a lot of mo.
This is where I retreat to Russia and train for 3 months, and but we'll be ready. We'll be ready.
I can't wait. It's been, like I said, I love working with B. I appreciate the fact that Miss Edith threw this in my lap those years ago, because I do have fun promoting it.
Is she still behind this?
She still does what
she does. A lot of stuff.
She still does a lot of stuff behind the scenes. That lady ain't never gonna stop.
That would not surprise me.
She's not ever gonna stop.
Yeah, I wouldn't see her slowing down.
So have you got any concerts or anything coming up, Brandon, that y'all could do a food donation for?
Oh, gosh, we'd have to throw one together and get my cadet back from the Citadel, but that's not a terrible idea. And maybe that even raises something after February 25th. Who knows?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, think about it. I mean, there you go.
They do need food all year long.
All year long.
That's right. That's right.
And I told you when I came in, I gotta go pick up my son. We're going to a basketball game. It tips off at 7. I'm an hour and a half away. So
you get out of here.
I'm gonna have to cut out. But I appreciate what you do to help bring awareness to this worthy cause. And I thank you so much for it. And I thank you for having me on. And I would love to come back another time to talk about something else. But thank you.
We'll have you back on. Thanks so much, Robbie.
Yep, thank you.
All right, carry
Do you
on.
need me or am I?
You can talk for a minute.
All
here.
right.
Stay here for a second
drive
here.
safe.
B.
Yeah, man. Be
Love you,
safe.
brother.
Love
Take
you
care.
Too. Love you too. Y'all be safe.
And thank you.
All right, bye-bye. Well, yes. So the one that's left is the one that's going to win, right?
That's right. That's right. It's a
You've got
war of
extra
attrition.
time. Yeah, that's right. You've got time. so yeah, I think maybe a musical thing wouldn't be bad.
That's
Even
not
if
bad.
you don't do it this year, maybe next year.
You know, our
something.
mayor's youth council, that was one proposal for their annual project was a concert, and maybe they do that in a future year. This year, it is adopting groups for monthly trash pickups. So February 21st, we will be out there with Emerald High School Athletics as well as Next Level Fitness. And if you've never had a volunteer opportunity with Next Level Fitness, watch out, because Hoot Harrison will bring these young men and women out, and he has them like soldiers out there. They've helped us pick up trash before. You know, oftentimes we'll have these trash pickups and there may be 5 or 6 people that come out there, and we're grateful for whoever chooses to come out for an organized event. We know people have opportunities to pick up trash on their own. They don't have to be organized with us. If you see something, pick it up. My goodness.
Well, the trash is one of the city's banes of
It is.
existence, right?
City and county. You know,
I hear a lot more talk about it at the city level.
and we have our hot spots, but my goodness, the area leading up to the landfill is one of the biggest disasters. And fortunately, every month or so, it seems like there's a group that goes out there and cleans it up, and that is an undertaking. It is right as you're going to the landfill that I guess some stuff gets uncovered and blows out of trucks, and it is one of the biggest messes. But we have our hot spots. We have areas that are like, let's say, Mathis Road. Craig Stuckey does a great job, especially on the south end from Cambridge to Mathis, and he and I both pick up a ton there. I'll sometimes just get frustrated on a weekend and walk out there. I'd love to go out there and hit golf balls, but instead I'm picking up Mathis Road. And
then Tara's
and
out
Trash
there.
Time with Tara, another monthly. But that's just one of many efforts that Amber Napier can help point folks in the right direction. Craig, as I mentioned, Walt Willard and his team of litter warriors do an amazing job of picking up. But sometimes it almost makes me cry, because we'll go out there and we'll pick up Mathis Road, and then 2 weeks later it looks like nobody's done anything. So sometimes I feel like the bottom line is I do truly feel like we're making a dent in the problem that we have, but sometimes I do feel like we're just hamsters running on this wheel until we stop people from littering in the first place. And whether that is stuff that's blowing out of the back of trucks versus stuff where people literally just roll their windows down and throw a Hardee's bag out there.
Well, you know, when we used to be at Sharp Facets, people would go into Burger King, ride into our parking lot, and then throw the bag out there. And Jeff was known to go out there and tell them to pick it up.
Yeah.
Because it's so...
Some of it doesn't even make sense. Like I said, there's stuff on the way to the landfill, but I've got to believe that some of the illegal dumping, at least as it happens in the city limits, is what I can comment on. And we can't have cameras everywhere. We got cameras, and hopefully we'll catch a lot of these folks, but cameras can't be everywhere. But it seems like people are driving to dump when they could have just driven to a convenience center. And
there's so many of them.
And there's so many of them around the county. So it is terribly frustrating sometimes. And we feel we had a lady come and speak to us the other night about the trash issue, the illegal dumping in her community. And my goodness, my heart goes out to her, because people like her are the folks that we are trying to get in there and protect, because I feel like there's some people that feel like they're trapped in a community where they and maybe their neighbor on one side keep their contain their trash, keep their yards looking great, but on the other side, people have just whether it's most of that's
people that have pride.
People that have pride,
they need to have pride in their neighborhood.
And we there's certainly people that are in situations where they have to rent and understand that, but a lot of that is not owner occupied, and we've got to make sure the folks that are owner occupied. Certainly, and that's not to paint a broad brush, because I know there are a ton of renters that take a lot of pride in what they do too. But we want to protect those folks like Miss Harrison Schley, I think was her name, that came and spoke to us, because I understand her situation. It drives me crazy. And we've got the energy. I continue to believe that we've got the energy to really... And
it really isn't the city's responsibility to pick up every piece of trash.
Government cannot solve all these problems alone.
Exactly.
No matter what it is, we're not going to be able, we're just not capable of solving all those problems. So it takes the old adage, it takes a village. It takes everyone in a city and county level. So... but I think I've told you this before. We're not unique in this problem. No. I used to, for 10 plus years, I would drive to Hilton Head every other week for work. And it was rare that I would see 100-yard stretch where there wasn't some piece of trash. So everywhere has this problem. We're trying to come up with Greenwood-centric solutions to these problems. Sure. And like I said, I truly do believe that we've made at least a small dent, and I'm optimistic that we can make a huge dent in this. Now, some of these turning a train around sometimes takes longer than my impatient self wants to admit.
Right.
So this is a long-term turnaround, but I'm optimistic that we can do it.
Well, you know what? You got to train the folks, right? That's the
right.
problem.
And it's Amber, I think, is doing a great job in terms of, and she's our city county. Right. I call her our city county litter czar, litter coordinator, and I think her job is often misunderstood. They think she's like, a work release program where she's out there, 9 to 5 every day, literally picking up trash, and she does a lot of that herself. But her job is to leverage groups and to be able to make a bigger impact than just, singularly picking up trash.
Just think about the lake. We got the lake cleanup coming up in
What day is that?
I think it's in March, the middle of March.
I know it's usually March. Hopefully, I've seen so many of those where it pours down rain, but you still have dedicated groups of folks out there helping pick up trash. Hopefully the weather cooperates this year.
But yeah, I mean, it's just like how much trash that you take out of the lake. I mean, it is amazing.
I pulled out an entire huge rear projector TV one year. Oh my God. Yeah. And then fresh diapers. I don't know where that could have come from. These weren't like diapers that have been sitting there for months. These were fresh diapers. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, anyways, that's another issue that needs to be attacked, like the food fight. I think. Maybe we need to have a competition who can pick up the most trash.
Well, hey, we do have ward pickups, but those are we've got 6 wards, so 6 times a year. But stay tuned. So February 21st. It will be with Emerald High School and Next Level Fitness. The one for January got rescheduled because of the snow, but we're looking for partners. So I'm going to put that out here on your airwaves that are listened to by all the big key stakeholders in Greenwood County.
That's right.
And so our group will be looking for sponsors and groups to join them for our March pickup, April pickup, and May pickup. And we had Here for a Reason come and speak to them, and I'm looking forward to a Mayor's Youth Council Here for a Reason joint event with the great folks that help Beth Justice and Pruitt, Kirsten Scherer and her team. They do a great job and so a group event. I think we're looking at May 2nd at Gray Street Park for a for a crossover event between Here for a Reason and the Mayor's Youth Council.
I think that sounds great.
Yeah.
I also want to go on the record right here with Brandon. Don't know if we talked about this on the air, but I think the city county needs to get a small snow machine because everybody had so much fun at Grace Park. It'd be for Grace Park. When the weather's right, you go out there and spray some snow and everybody goes out there and sleds.
I wish I'd come up with that idea, but you and I'll give credit to David Holloway messaged me with that exact same idea. And so we're looking into potential feasibility. Right now, the grass is completely gone from that hill for obvious reasons. So
right? So that's why you need more snow.
That's why we need more snow, and we figured out. But I think that's a fantastic idea if we can come up with
Just
logistics.
think about it for Christmas or having a Christmas themed event right there with snow and everything. If the weather was right, that would be pretty cool.
That's right.
Yeah,
that
would set Greenwood apart now.
It would.
That's right.
It would. I mean, and while we're on that subject, Gray Street Park, you were out there for the grand opening. I mean, it's been such a...
you can't ever go by there that there's not at least 4 or 5 cars
isn't
there.
It crazy?
Most of the time, more than that.
I thought maybe the newness of it would wear off, but I am just... My heart is full to go out there and see young and old alike. One thing, Chris Pope from Pope and Burt, a good friend of mine, we were out there. What he has pointed out to me is that his son CJ, who's good friends with my youngest son, is becoming a great skateboarder. But he's 14 years old, and the help that they've gotten from experienced skateboarders is just heartwarming to see.
You really need a bigger pump track, though, don't you think?
There's always possibility for another phase,
right?
But to see that more experienced generation teach the younger generation how not to break a wrist, has been great to see.
Yeah. I think it is terrific, and you're right. I have seen a lot of people helping other kids and everything, those that knew versus those that didn't.
Yeah, it's been great. And in a month, less than a month from now, the time will change and it'll stay lighter even longer, and the park will get even more use. So
yeah, I think it was... I remember when y'all were discussing the park and what was going to be in it, and did it have enough this, did it have enough that? You could have doubled the size, and probably not, because it has been tremendous.
It really has, and there's potential for expansion, and we talked about that thing for so long, well before I became mayor, and I can't say enough about the Parks and Trails Foundation and Billy Nicholson and those dedicated volunteers. Klaus Neubauer, I joke that we've been talking about that since he was a teenager, and he's 96 years old,
Klaus, yep.
So they've done a great job with phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 2 really is going to bring more visibility to it, because as great as phase 1 is with the pond and the dog park aspect and the trail back there that zigzags back and forth in a really condensed area, phase 2 really connects to phase 1, but also is really bringing visibility to that, because we don't want to just build a park just to say we built a park. We want to build a park for people to use.
Well, you've got the use going.
We sure do.
No problem. And then, of course, fly-by bicycles and what y'all working on as far as some bike paths and this type of thing. Right.
Yeah, we got just so many other great community partners, because, as I said, government can't tackle it alone.
Nor do we want government.
No, do we want. No, do you.
No.
Nor do you. That's exactly right.
Right.
Yeah, exactly right.
So, I think you're on anything good coming up for the future that you're going to be tackling there in City Council?
Oh, we've always got there's always a full agenda. I haven't looked at what we'll be tackling at our final February meeting yet,
but you do have a award meeting. A ward meeting.
Yeah, we have ward meetings coming up. Last night we actually had a Greenwood Mill Village.
How
meeting.
was that? I didn't get to go.
It was good. It was well attended. Good questions asked. Basically, the state historical department of archives and history were there because the Greenwood Mill Village, one of several mill villages around Greenwood and Greenwood County, has been proposed to as a district to be on the National Historic Registry. I believe it's a no-brainer. I think some great questions were asked, but I believe it's a no-brainer because it doesn't come with any restrictions on the use or any restrictions whatsoever for the homes.
Right.
If you want to tear the house down, you can. If you want to seek potential loan pools, there may be some restrictions if you want to use those dollars. But if you don't want to access those dollars, there is no downside to being on the National Historic Register.
Well, that's good. I think hopefully that would help jumpstart some of the development there too, right?
I think so, and responsible development, of course. We've got a mixed use development going that we're eager to see ground broken on at the old Greenwood Mills original plant footprint. But certainly responsible development. I'm excited about that project because it is specifically in keeping with the brick, which nature of the neighborhood, which is one of the reasons that it fits the National Historic Register criteria, because of the architectural significance of those homes. The brick that original Mr. Self that he built.
The fact that those homes are still good is a testament to how well they were built.
He built those homes to last. And so the historic period there is 1889 to 1962. 1962 being the year that they started actually selling those homes off to individual families.
Right.
But I didn't know this. Originally, those homes were not brick, and then they went back and added the brick veneer to a lot of those homes. And then from a point, and I'm not sure when that was, the floor plans were brick. And so they are architecturally significant. There may be an opportunity for the Matthews Mill Village, and even outside the city limits, the Harris Mill Village, and then the Grindle Mill Village to have similar historic recognition as well. We'll see. But I thought the turnout was great. Questions were great. The folks from Columbia answered the questions, answered all the questions that were asked last night. So.
No, well, that's great. That's great. Well, we came here. We
saw, we conquered.
All right. We came here this afternoon to talk about the food fight. That's what we were talking about here this afternoon. It is the county versus the city. The county person had to leave. Robbie Templeton had to leave. So I'm going to give you, Brandon, the final push here to be able to get on the record here and get the most food in for the city. What do you say?
Robbie's on his way to Clemson right now, to the Clemson basketball game. I'm sure he's tuning in right now.
Talk some trash.
Absolutely squirming in his driver's seat right now. But the most important thing for your listeners, your legion of listeners to take from this, is to donate to the city. That's the most important thing. And I
thought you were going to be gracious.
This is an empty county seat right here. This has nothing to do with me having to reschedule because of my schedule yesterday. And I am in the driver's seat right now. But we'll be tomorrow at Food Line on the south end of town. Next week, the 19th, at Publix. All these are from 2 to 4 with our ACE team from the police department. We've got drop-off locations at the Dixie, specifically for Greenwood.
City.
For the city of Greenwood.
Right.
Also at City Hall and our 3 fire stations. That's really all you really need to know.
And your telephone number. They
and
need
my
to know
telephone
that.
number, 864-554-4535. If you call in the next 30 seconds, I'm on the radio with Ann. I'm not going to answer.
Leave a message.
Leave a message. But if you can't make it by any of the drop-off locations, call me. I've got a multitude of teenagers that can get out there and pick up canned goods.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but the ultimate recipient of this is the food bank, Greater Greenwood United Ministries, and the soup kitchen.
And the city needs to redeem itself after that crushing blow from last year.
Yes, we absolutely do. It was embarrassing. The county absolutely came through and kicked our butts. That's a fact.
21,000 pounds versus 2,000
We can't avoid that fact.
That humiliation.
We cannot get around that humiliation. But 2026 is a brand new year. That's all I got to say.
Yes, and you need to win this year.
We got to win.
And so for a while there, that can of corn was missing. It was found?
I don't know. That's another tough question we need to ask. Apparently, it is in the county's possession if
they're not
they do
not
produce photographic evidence of its existence with a current Index Journal newspaper.
Yes.
We're going to have to create a new can of corn. Yeah.
That would be a travesty.
It would be a travesty, but you just can never trust the county to hold on to their hardware,
You know, no truer statement has been said, Brandon Smith, and I didn't say it.
That's right. Straight. But yeah.
Talking trash here today.
Talking trash. Yeah, Robbie, safe travels to Clemson tonight, but donate all your canned foods to the city. Yeah.
Because they need redemption.
That's right.
They need redemption.
That's right.
Yes.
Sometimes Robbie even tells me, look, I'm going to donate to the city because I really love the city even more than the county. Yeah. He would never admit that. But that's really secretly what he's telling me.
Okay, yeah. All right. So there is some secret activity here.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Well, as politicians, what can we say?
What can we say?
That's right. Well, Brandon, it has been great to have you here this afternoon. The food drive has been expanded to the 25th. The 25th. You have time to get your food in. You have time to organize a group, church groups, any type of group, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts. Come on, let's get it together. The city needs to not fail this year.
That's right.
They need a knockout punch to the county, right?
That's right. And if we do lose, then the weigh-in was rigged. Okay?
Because you can't trust the county.
That's right. That's right. If for some reason, that's not going to happen, but if for some reason that does happen, it was rigged.
And you heard it right here
That's
on
right.
WCRS with Mayor Brandon Smith and me, Ann Eller.
That's right.
That's right. Brandon, thanks so much
Thanks
for
as
coming
always,
out
Ann.
today. All right.
Thank
It's been
you.
great having you here. We are now going to say, well, wait a minute. Let me do one more thing before I give it up. That has been a knockout right here on WCRS. Have a good one, everybody. We're going to drop the curtain and we're going to play the music and we're going to say adieu. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. This is WCRS Radio.